Hello guys, good evening and welcome back. Alright, so in this video I want to simply explain to us or attend to some questions I got on the comment section on my YouTube channel about how to employ a worker. Right? Now some of us are also facing such challenges on how to employ a worker and possibly how to pay a worker. Some do ask, is it better to pay a worker by salary, that's monthly payment, weekly, daily, or per work? Now, any method you might deem fit to pay might be suitable for you at that point in time. But there is an overall method that you adopt that will really go a long way to save you some stress, some unforeseen circumstances in the nearest future, right? Now, one of the methods I deem fit to pay my workers is by commission. Commission basis seems to be the easiest, the cheapest, the most affordable, the most precise, and the most balanced method of payment. Now, let's take a look. For example, I employed Mr. A to work for me in a month, or I employed him to work for a month for me, and possibly I employed him to work for me and he worked for me for a month. I paid him, let's say, 50K. And during that 1 month, if you sum the total cost of the jobs he did, wasn't up to 50K. The company or your company will suffer the deficit in the payment of the worker. Or let's take a look from this other perspective. I employed Mr. A to work for me, and he worked a month, worked for 2 months. The third month, he fell sick. Or within the first or second month, he fell sick. Or within the months, he didn't come to work on time. And he was not able to finish a speculated workload under a day, 2 days, or 1 week, however the case may be. And you tend to find out that when you will want to complain, he or she will tell you, Oga, I've been trying. Oga, I was not feeling fine. Oga, I went for a program. I went for a burial. I attended to my children, my uncles. They will give you flimsy excuses. Flimsy excuses. In as much as all of us are human. But then it should be detrimental for any CEO to joke or play with his workforce. Now, I am not against giving some liberal measures for your employees, or sorry, for your employers to have time for themselves to fix other programs they have at hand. But my point here is, for how long will you keep on giving these liberal measures, liberal times, or being liberal for them? Now, if it tend to be strict, it will also backfire on you, because they will leave you on the long run without pre-information of the exit, right? So now, if you want to pay them in a month, fine and good. Possibly you don't have enough workload to cater for yourself and your business. But if you are truly paying per monthly, that means you must map out a certain number of workload or number of works they must produce under that month for them to get a full salary. But if you employ them just to pay them by monthly basis, believe you me, if you're into make clothing, they might come in a day and sew only one trouser for you. In 1 month, which is roughly 25 days, they are making 25 trousers for you. And you are going to pay at minimum, with the current situation of things in Nigeria now, you are going to pay at least 50K or 40 to 50,000 naira for a month salary in order to keep them, because there are people willing to pay higher than you. But then you see that the workload he or she was able to produce was not able to cover for the cost of his employment and every other necessary cost attached. So for me personally, I will not suggest for any upcoming fashion designer to employ on monthly basis. What happens when the company runs into financial crisis? How or where will you get the money from to pay your workers? But if you are paying by per commission, you know that each work he or she is doing, you are keeping the money immediately for him or her. Then the commission basis can still be accumulated for them and be remitted to them in a month, right? So any day he or she comes to work and makes the clothes, before employing him, you guys are meant to agree on price range for certain clothes, certain styles, and certain designs. For example, you might say, I am going to pay you Ankara trouser 1,000, for example, right? It might not be 1,000, it might be above 1,000. So don't use the prices I fix here as real prices. There are arbitrary prices are assumed, right? So you might just say Ankara trouser is 1,000, and once he agrees, you say English trouser is 1,500, for example, and he will agree. You will say maybe shorts 700, 800, as the case may be, right? So whenever once two of you agrees on this exact price range to sew, you employ him on that basis and make sure it's documented. Now you can say for tops, Ankara tops 1,015, for normal regular senator tops 2,025, maybe for long sleeves 2,500, for short sleeve 2,000. Still depends on designs. You can say Abada fixed price with him. If it's for female clothes, you can do the same thing in this regard. Blouses, skirts, fix a concrete price. Now those prices are the minimum he will expect when he makes that particular clothes. Now there are also some incentives I give, or I will suggest you also make provision for. There are some jobs that will come urgently. You will make sure that you give him some incentives for him to be able to work under pressure and limited time frame, for you and him as well to be able to produce the job effectively and nicely. Now if you notice, you tend to gain more when you're paying per commission, and also save your brand some stress of running into deficit debts that will really militate against your brand and its existence. So if I'm to suggest for you, I would suggest to pay your workers per month and per commission, and avoid monthly salaries. Now if you think contrary to this video or my opinions or my suggestions, there's no problem, right? There's no cause to argue your belief, your own ideology, but I'm here to just give you some tips for some of us who are at loss, or who are at large on the best method of payment to make. So the commission basis for me is a win-win for both parties, both for the CEO and both for the worker in question. Also make sure you give incentives as often as possible. Also make sure you take care of some expenses, for example medical bills, medical checkups, and drugs that might incur or that might take during the course of them working for you. This helps them to relax the nerves, bring out the mind, and work for you. Having said this, I still believe and know that there are still some people that are naturally ungrateful, in as much as you might still do everything for them. You might still give them the company's total fund, and they will still disappoint you on the long run. However, you are not here to look at such people. You are here to grow your business. And mind you, in business, there is no friend, there is no relation, and there is no neighbor. Everybody should pay for services rendered, and everybody should be held accountable for his or her attitude towards a business. Don't forget that your business is like a newborn baby. For it to grow, you must nurture the business, feed it, take care of it, and make sure it survives the stormy days. It's not going to be easy for all of us to stand as brand owners, as bosses, as CEOs. It's something that you will have to go through the ups and downs of owning a fashion line. This video is getting funny to me because I have seen some questions, a lot of people complaining of similar situations. So I just had to do this video for us to be well informed and get motivated in our dealings. Please don't forget to comment, like this video, share. If this is your first time of watching my video, please, you are welcome to my channel. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. It is free of charge. I am here to help young fashion designers grow and make them the best of the best. Right? Thank you guys for watching. I hope to see you in my subsequent videos. Also make sure that whatever dealings you are doing with your worker, your employer, it must be documented for future references and purposes. Documentation is not only by mere agreement. Let there be a paperwork, sign it, stamp it, and let there be a date, right? So, and as well, if you start employing workers, it is also advisable you have some kind of apprentices that will be working underneath your brand for them to help cushion some effects of delays. For example, running for errands, buying material gum and stuffs, trading, So try to get one or two people that are learning that will help you cushion the effects of errands, because by the time your worker you employ start doing those stuff for you, it will also delay him or her in his ability in production. And it is advisable that as the brand owner, you know at least 60 to 80% knowledge of all the services you render from your company. You might employ someone that knows more than you, but make sure you try your best to learn how he or she is putting up the products he is bringing up for you, so that should in case tomorrow he wants to change or leave, or there's any little issue at hand, your business can still continue growing and without falling back to square one. Thank you for watching. I hope this video must have given you some insights on how to run your business in regards to employing workers. See you in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel. It is one of the most self-explanatory YouTube channel that has a very nice content on male fashion designing. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.